Hello awesome people of the internet, this is Tovida and today we're back with some Clash Royale. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at an awesome deck that I've been working on with Three Musketeers. It's not something that I usually do, I don't play Three Musketeers much, so I'm very much excited to try this new deck and see how far I can get with it. I've been playing with it for a while. I did manage to get a couple of classic challenge wins, 12-win challenges with it. So it is a spin-off of the meta deck with a Night Witch and Three Musketeers and Elixir Collector, but we don't use a battle ram, and we have some other interesting cards in here, like the Lumberjack and the Dart Goblin, which is here to counter the Night Witch, and the Bandit. So let's see, do I have a replay I can show you guys? Yeah, let's quickly watch this replay while I talk about the deck a little bit, and then we'll jump into some live gameplay. And actually, let's put the replay on too. So it's a general Three Musketeers deck in which your goal is, as usual, to pump. You want to pump as much as you can in the first 2 minutes of the game until you get to overtime. That is your main goal. Now, in this game, I was actually fooling around a little bit, and I played horribly in the beginning. I wasn't saving my elixir, I wasn't putting my elixir collector down. So, as you can see, things didn't go quite well in the beginning, but we'll see if we'll be able to recover from that. So, you don't want to drop your Three Musketeers unless you have elixir advantage, unless you've pumped up, just like in any other Three Musketeers deck. And you have enough defensive cards to be able to counter nearly everything that's coming out your way. They're not the traditional defensive cards, like powerful defensive cards like the Electro Wizard or the Executioner. There are cards that are not played that much in the meta, but I still think they can be used very viably defensively, like the Lumberjack, the Bandit, the Ice Golem, and the Night Witch. Of course, Night Witch is used defensively all over the place. So once you gain a little bit of elixir advantage, then the goal is for you to split up your Three Musketeers and support the Three Musketeers with the Lumberjack and the Bandit on different sides of the arena. So you'll be splitting your Three Musketeers on the two sides of the arena, and you'll be supporting one of them with a Lumberjack and the other one with a Bandit, or an Ice Wizard on the Ice Golem and a Bandit, or an Ice Golem and a Lumberjack, unless you're sure that they don't have anything that can counter your whole push, like a Fireball or an Executioner, in which case you can afford to put all of them on one side with a Lumberjack leading the offense, so he rages the rest of the troops. It seems to work pretty well for me, and it is a spin-off of the original deck, so it's more exciting and interesting to me. So we're going to jump in, and we'll show you some classic challenge games. So let's look at the starting hand that we have. We have the Three Musketeers, we have a Dart Goblin, and an Ice Golem. We do not have our Elixir Collector. So what we're going to do is we're going to cycle that Dart Golem, that Dart Golem, yes, that's a new awesome card in Clash Royale. We're going to cycle that Dart Goblin, and we're going to counter that Princess. We're going to arrow those guys. I shouldn't have arrowed those guys. That was a mistake. And I'm actually going to leave this miner on my tower. I shouldn't have arrowed. I do play a lot of control decks. In control decks, you always have an answer for anything that's coming out your way. You're able to control the match very aggressively and make sure that nothing ever gets to your tower. With a Three Musketeer deck, that's not the case. You have to let some damage get to your tower. You have to maybe lose a tower, maybe even lose a two, as long as you can guarantee that you have some kind of elixir advantage. So that's exactly what we're going to do right now. And we even got the Bandit to the tower. So again, this time I'm not going to... We need to counter this miner. Oh, he was on the wrong side. Okay, so I'm not going to counter that Goblin Gang because I want to be able to pump as much as I can. We're about equal on damage on both sides. So I think I will actually even leave these minions on my tower. They do a couple hundred damage, but we'll of course counter that mini P.E.K.K.A. Let's see if that Dart Goblin can take care of the Princess. Yes, because the Princess the Princess attacked the tower, so Dart Goblin was able to defend. Okay, so I'm feeling good about this. The miner may come and on this side. No, he sent it on the back. That's very smart of him. He's alternating where he's putting his miner on my pump, so I can never counter it. So he's actually playing pretty decently. At this point, I think I'm gonna give up on trying to pump. And we're going in Double Elixir, so I'm going to drop my Three Musketeers. You need to know what the spell that they have is. So far, I haven't seen any spell but a lock, so I feel confident supporting both sides of the push. And let's see how this is actually going to work. Great. I waited for the lock to drop, and once the lock was down, I supported one of the sides with the Dart Goblin. The Dart Goblin managed to clean the other side and do a little bit of damage on this side. I'm going to arrow this princess. Not the smartest decision, maybe. He hasn't really shown his offensive push. Okay, so he fully relies on his miner and minions to do the damage on the tower for him, which is actually good for us because we can actually cycle another set of 3 Musketeers. He doesn't have a counter for them. We're gonna arrow that princess and actually possibly miss everything. We managed to miss absolutely everything, and he's playing a cheap deck, which means he can actually cycle us incredibly fast. He also has zap, so we're gonna have to play very aggressively, very fast. He should be low on elixir, but he's able to cycle back to his miner. But because he's trying to get back to his miner so fast, he had an incredibly fast cycle deck. He actually didn't have enough elixir to counter that lumberjack, and we ended up getting the win. So we did something different this time compared to usual, and we actually jumped into this classic challenge a little bit later than in the beginning. So we'll probably be facing some people who are a bit better, and then the people in the usual video. So let's see how this goes. I have the elixir collector, which is great. I'm going to put that elixir collector down. He has a bandit. I can counter that bandit with my ice golem. So let's see. Is he gonna do anything? He's gonna lightning. Okay. Oh, my ice golem wasn't there on time. His lightning threw me off my game. I got distracted, and that cost me a ton of damage on my tower. So hopefully. Great, so the Lumberjack did counter the Electro Wizard, which means that we didn't lose any elixir. He did use his lightning, so we may be interested in actually using our 3 Musketeers right after he lightnings our elixir collector. And he has one of his own, so we're going to put the elixir collector all the way on the other side. And then when we push with the 3 Musketeers, we'll put only 1 Musketeers on one side, so he's actually tempted, and this is a horrible mistake because his bandit is going to charge on ours. Should have put the bandit right next to his. He will put the 3 Musketeers such that we only have 1 Musketeer on the side of the elixir collector. Has a golem deck. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. I believe he's going to lightning the side with the elixir collector. He will not. He will. There we go. So now I can aggressively push on the other side and use. Oh no, he has an executioner. Now the good thing about this is that because the 3 Musketeers are so powerful, and because I had a tank in front to actually distract, we were able to prevent the executioner from killing our 3 Musketeers, and we're able to get the 3 Musketeers to the tower. Now the problem is, we're probably most nearly going to lose this tower too. So I'm going to be a bit aggressive here and hope that... There we go. So now he doesn't have his lightning for our 3 Musketeers. I'm actually going to let him take this tower. His Ice Wizard, if he puts a golem right there in the center, we're screwed. No, he didn't. Okay. If he had enough elixir to actually put his golem in the center, he was going to distract the 3 Musketeers, and they were going to go to waste. But he didn't. So now we're going to push on the other side, I believe. I can try to defend on this side. I am afraid of him lightening most of our defense. So we're actually going to not push too aggressively. I'm going to arrow. We're actually going to lose this tower, aren't we? Can we defend this tower? I think we can. Yeah, we can defend this tower. Okay. I was scared of the executioner. I was scared of the lightning. I didn't want to push on the right hand side, even though I probably should have just cycled back to my 3 Musketeers and wait until he uses his lightning on them, and then push. I should have just pushed for a 3 crown here, but I got a bit scared. So this has been going well. Let's jump in one more game and see if we can have 3 wins for the day. Okay. So we have our elixir collector again. And we're going to try to pump right now. There we go. And let's see what his offense is. He's still... Oh, he has a Hawk Rider. Okay. So I'm going to... This was not the right card to do this with. and I'm not going to drop my Dart Goblin. The right defense here was put the Ice Golem down. The Ice Golem down absorbs the spirits, and then put the Dart Goblin, and then the Dart Goblin takes the rest of the damage. Does the rest of the damage for us. But unfortunately, we messed up that defense. But that's okay. Does he have a lightning? Does he have a lightning? Doesn't seem to. So I'm going to support this side and see if we can pull something off. He does have the Goblin Gang, but everything is still alive on that side. Does he have a lock? He has his own 3 Musketeers. I'm gonna arrow those 3 Musketeers. The Dart Goblin is doing his best, and he nearly killed all of his 3 Musketeers, but now we have a Hog Rider on our tower to deal with, and that Lumberjack is targeted by the 3 Musketeers who are not crossing the bridge yet, which means that we're actually going to have to defend further against them, which puts us at elixir disadvantage. And his spirits were perfect to actually be able to defend. I think probably someone from our clan is watching. Now we are at the elixir disadvantage. I want to put the elixir pump down, but I'm afraid that he's going to cycle back to his 3 Musketeers, which will mess everything up for us because we won't be able to defend, but we don't have a choice. So let's see how he actually approaches this. We're gonna arrow this, miss the tower, because nobody needs to hit it. You don't really need to hit the tower. You don't need to do damage on the tower for the rest of the game. This is a master strategy. I'm a YouTuber. I know what I'm doing. You guys should trust me. Now this was a horrible mistake, but that's okay. It wasn't that bad. So we're gonna drop our 3 Musketeers down. He is going all out on us here, and he's gonna miss our Dart Goblin. Hopefully the Dart Goblin will target whatever he can. We're gonna put our Witch right in front and the Bandit. I needed my Lumberjack to be in front of that Witch, but that's okay. We're gonna miss the tower again. Wow, I am the best Clash Royale player that you guys have ever seen, and somehow I have the magic of YouTube allowing me to somehow not lose games that I'm playing horribly in. We're actually doing well. He's going to drop his 3 Musketeers right in the center, so I'm going to have my Ice Golem right here to prevent him from being able to do that. Told you, it's exactly what he did. He can't go through all this, and we won. So this, what you guys are seeing is the magic of YouTube. YouTubers don't usually talk about this. It's when you win games during YouTube recording because the gods of YouTube actually like you. And you keep winning games during a live recording so you don't look stupid on YouTube. So I'm revealing here a trade secret to you guys. It's exactly what happened in these games. Either that, or I am the most amazing Clash Royale player, and I used arrows as a bait for him to think I am a bad player by missing his tower again, making him overconfident, and then we actually able to win because we threw him off his game. Anyway, enough fooling around. This is the deck. It's awesome, it's amazing, it's an off-meta 3 Musketeers deck. It's playing awesome cards that nobody else uses that much at the moment. It has the counter for the Night Witch in the form of a Goblin, a Dart Goblin, or the Dart Golem, depending on however you want to think about it. But this is everything from me. For today, guys. Please try the deck. Let me know how it works in the comment section below, or you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at Tovida Gaming. Tweet at me your wins, losses, or anything that you want to know more about this deck, and I'll see you guys next time.